Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. It's round 4 tonight. Round 4 of the Monday Season 4 series. We are here at Sebring for the GT3 MPG series. My name's Ben Brown, and I'm here with Mr. Ben Wyatt. Good evening, Ben.
Good evening. Yes, here at one of my really good track. It's that I never used to like before LMU, but have now come to love. It's the legendary track of Sebring, and going to see some GT3s try and make their way around here without, hopefully better than the IMSA guys managed to make their way around the track last night.
Oh, can we talk about that in a bit, because that was insane. I watched the whole 2 hours 40 of it, and it was stupid. Anyway, so we're at Sebring, the bumpy hell, some amazing corners. Obviously, as ever, we've got the 2 times fuel and the virtual energy usage tonight, which has been opening up some interesting strategies through the series. This is round 4, so we've already had Kota, Interlagos and Monza, and then we've got Fuji and Le Mans to follow. I'll just give a quick... We're not actually late because I was lazy this time. We just had LMU decide to break before we wanted to go live. So apologies, you've missed all of qualifying for 3 weeks out of 4 that we've been running this stream on Mondays. So I am a seasoned professional. But where we're sat at the minute is with 3 minutes left of qualifying. Christian Kiesig at the minute is leading the way with a 2:02.3. Kiesig is our leader in the championship currently with 2 victories, 1 at Kota and 1 last week as well. And second in the standings is Athol Baskar, and he is currently in 4th on the grid, a lot further up than he was last week. And Sipios, one of our newbies to the oNiD streams, is currently in third on the standings. I can't see that he's got a lap in currently. I'm
No,
not sure if he
I'm
just
not sure
isn't
that's
here.
right. Sipos isn't in the server.
No. So
It's actually Alfie Bevan who's gone up into third.
yeah, so Bevan's up to third. So yeah, so well, I meant Sipos was in third in the championship, but
Right.
yes.
So my bad.
Pascal was our other race winner at round 2. Sipos is our kind of probably been the fastest driver, and he's not obviously here today. So he hasn't. He's been more on the fuel burn than the fuel save, which is why he hasn't won a race yet. But the pace has been electric from him. But you can see we've got a lot of the usual names. We've got Matt Townsend up there at the minute, who's 4th in the standings, and as Ben just mentioned, we've got Alfie Bevan up in 3rd on the grid. He's currently 5th in the overall standings. So what have we got to look forward to tonight, Ben, when we're looking at Sebring?
I think we're going to see a lot of close action. There's a lot of this track where you have to work very tightly with the cars in front to get by. But once it opens up, you're in the prime position to try and get overtakes done. So I think people are going to have to consider whether or not to actually go for it and go for those moves. It's a long lap. I think it's one of the longer ones we do. And it's they're going to have to really balance that fuel saving between the overtaking and getting to the end of the race.
Yeah, I think, like we were talking about it beforehand, and we were talking about how, as Cowley puts in an improved lap, only 700 off Kiesig at the top. It's a track you can fuel save at, but there's so much on throttle time. You're purely trying to save fuel by the lift and coast at the end of the long straight. So it'd be interesting to see who elects to do that, because it could actually use quite a lot of time to fuel save around here, enough time to potentially only do one stop. We're not sure, even after practice and now qualifying, what people's VE usage is. So we really don't know what we're going to arrive in here. It might be an easy one stop for all we know, or it could be a very difficult one stop where maybe only a handful of people actually manage to complete it. So it should be really interesting. Do you want to, as we just watch, go on.
By my tenuous maths, it's about, for Kiesig on the front, it's about 9% a lap on the energy usage.
Wow.
So it's
pretty high. That's high, isn't it?
High.
Compared to that's got 2 stop written on it then, potentially. I think we were at about 7.8, was it last week?
Yeah, give or take.
Just under 8, so yeah, that's pretty high. It's a longer track, obviously, here, so that is one thing to bear in mind, but it does seem pretty high. I think, have we got anyone still going round? We've got a few still going round. Chris Down is going round. While we just finish up qualifying, we do want a cleaner race. To anyone that watched IMSA yesterday, I threw my toys out the pram with about an hour left after we'd had 10 laps at green pace, I think it was by that point, or something stupid, maybe 20. We can't be having any of that. The commentators were moaning about, well, not moaning, but were pointing out that the stewards had lost their patience, and I'll be honest, I'd have lost my patience as when I'd started slapping out 60-second hold penalties because it was an absolute professionals.
Yeah, I've never heard John Hindno sounding so resigned, so ready to throw in the towel.
He was just done at that point, wasn't he? He was absolutely done. And I don't blame him. It's just for a spectator being there. I think, I'd have lost the plot as well with them.
In fact, of all the races I watched that day, I think the touring cars were the cleaner ones.
Which is definitely saying a lot to any touring car fans out there. It was, I'm not sure how many yellow periods they had in the end. Was it 9 or something? It was something like that. It was something ridiculous.
Farcical.
Absolute joke. So, hopefully, we are happy to report there's no quali bans this week. There was no post-race penalties from last week as well at Monza. So everybody can be shocked about that. Yes, we did manage to have a clean race. last week, relatively clean. So there was no post-race penalties for this one, which is really good to see. Hopefully they can keep it up. I think we might get a couple just because of how difficult this track can be. It's a very difficult track to be very consistent around. The bumps, throwing the car around, a lot of big curbs, and if you do run off, it's not runoff. A lot of the time you're either going over a massive curb or you're on the grass or even in the dirt as well around here. So I think it will be really interesting to see. I get the feeling it won't be just who's the quickest tonight. It'll be who's the most consistent. So yes, as always, we're looking forward to it.
We also have, I mean, I'll let you go on with the grid rundown, but there is also the weird pit lane here, which is on the back straight and enters from before the back point.
Yeah, it is an extremely strange one.
It's going to affect when people make their strategy calls, I suspect, because of where it lets you out and where it affects your lap.
Well, this is our starting grid then for the race tonight. This will be a 70-minute race. We've got James Cowley on pole position by only 0.03 of a second to Christian Kiesig. Alfie Bevan up in third alongside Elvin Blomqvist. Great qualifying for him. His best qualifying of the year, of the season so far. Athol Baskar in fifth. Matthias Fusgen in sixth. Matt Townsend and Dave Wood make up row 8, and then Anton Semenga back on form in 9th with Tyler Hammer in 10th. Then we've got Frayne Dorich and Johnny Ashley in 11th and 12th. Petr Jelinek and Chris Downing, Andy Hearn and Alan Axon, Nick Manders in 17th, Chris Bell in 18th, Stefan Reinhardt and Dan Tomlinson. And then as we move towards the back, we've got Florian Barras and Max Farrell, Leon Vesperas back in 23rd. I'm not entirely sure how that's happened. And Hovsepp in 24th as well. Dave Spiller in 25th, Amadeo Pergioni, Dean Smith, Fabio Guardi in 28th, and our final qualifier was Olaf Badej in 29th. Francesconi is a non-starter. I've absolutely had to get through that so quick because we were busy chatting. But we're going to short formation lap here, no full lap, and we are going to get going. So as Cowley on the right, Kiesig already pulling ahead. So Kiesig, and I don't see any penalties coming up either. So Kiesig's got his positioning perfect on that start. Is Cowley going to put up with it? I don't think he is. He's looking to the inside already early, but it looks like Kiesig's made the move. And all relatively quiet in behind as well.
It is a good move from Alfie Bevan there to come to fend off the guys behind. Slots in behind the fellow Lamborghini of Cowley, and now he's just got to get this run down. Good overtaking spot coming up after they come out of Big Bend, as it's called, into the hairpin. A lot of cars, if you light up the throttle, you will spin across to the inside. If you go to the outside, you get a nice clean run through. But Cowley, right up the inside there.
Yeah, very aggressive very early on, carrying that speed that we saw in qualifying then. Kiesig got the move done at the start with a nice positional place on the grid, but Cowley very aggressive, making the move. And look at that, Alfie making the move through as well. Really opportunistic move there. And Kiesig then down to third. Let's see if he's going to do the usual fuel saving he's been doing this season, whether these two in front start to race away or whether he can keep up and stay in that slipstream of them.
He's not really lifting or coasting, and he's still losing pace to those Lambo. Oh, that's a big lift and coast as he comes down into into Bishop there.
We're not surprised, are we?
No.
let's be fair. Well, he changed the habit. He's been so good at the fuel saving this season. He really has. And there's been only a handful of others who have been close. We've got a spinner in the background. That was one of the only Ford Mustangs. I think that was Johnny, who is facing the wrong... Well, not facing the wrong way, but he's facing the barrier. And he's going to rejoin in 28th place and last. I think we lost someone on the grid. Leon looks like he's had a game crash or something,
Yeah.
because he is unfortunately out at this early stage.
He is showing as a disqualification on the timing screen.
Oh, okay.
That's odd.
That's new.
Don't know what that's. I shall investigate on one of the many
Discord channels or something?
on the Discord channels.
Oh yes, on the timing tower. Yes, he is showing he's disqualified. I don't think I've ever seen that before on the start. So it'll be interesting to see what happened there. And while you're having a look at that, we'll have a look at this. So Cowley and Bevan breaking away towards the front as they come down towards the novelly named hairpin corner. There's some really good corner names around this track, and then you've got Big Bend and Hairpin. But these two racing away then, pulling out an early 2-second lead to Kiesig, which does tell me that Kiesig is heavily fuel saving. We'll be able to start picking up on the end of this lap what the kind of virtual energy usage is per lap.
He's already saved 3% over Alfie Bedford in front.
Yeah, that's... I think we can put that down as significant.
Yeah. Someone who has had trouble off the start, Alan Axon, is carrying a drive-through. So I guess that's for a start infringement. So he's look. I think he's going to take his 3 laps and then go in with that one by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think where he is in the pack, I'd probably do the same here. Just run it out, try and pull away as much as possible from the cars behind, and maybe try and beat a couple of them out of the pit lane, as that was Petr Jelinek in front, making up his own line out of Collier. Sorry, out of turn 15, which doesn't have a name. Just looking down the order as well, it's spreading out, but not. We're kind of seeing a pattern here that we've seen with a couple of the other races, where a few at the front definitely are pushing on, and then we have this vast amount of cars in the middle who just will not leave each other alone. And if you flick back here behind Nick Munders, you've got Andy Hearn in the McLaren, and then you've got Dan Tomlinson, Chris Bell and Florian Browers all in close proximity. These battles will continue through the race. We've seen it all season long so far, that once they hit these into these slipstream battles, we really do get race-long battles all the way through, especially with the different. You think if you're doing a bit of fuel saving, being stuck behind someone is actually quite beneficial. Actually, I think, because you can lift and coast, use the slipstream. I don't think Dan's thinking about lifting and coasting right now as he's looking at the inside.
That's a queue of cars in front of him as well. They're both going after Scrub up in P15. Who's I wouldn't even say it's the cork at the bottom there. It looks like they're all trying to fuel save as well.
Yeah, so if we have a look at Ben's my virtual energy expert, but already across the line, the best person for VE across the line is already Christian Kiesig. Athel not far behind, to be fair, but yes, there's already a 3-4% difference.
I wonder if Cowley and Alfie have just gone, it's not worth trying to beat Christian on the fuel saving. He's too good at it. Let's just go for it, build that gap, and then go for it on pure pace.
Well, to anyone that did the Le Mans Ultimate event over the weekend, it was 6 hours of Qatar, their first team change event, which was really well attended, as we've got Petr with a spin. So that's actually in the same spot where he ran wide. It does, however, look like he's got a bit of front end damage. I wonder if that's from someone else, but to be honest, he was kind of by himself. So he went wide the lap before through there, and has maybe come a proper the lap afterwards. So hopefully that damage isn't too bad for him. Yes, it was a Qatar team event, really well attended. We had 7 oNiD teams entered, which was fantastic. I had a really good time. And I can tell you from experience that the fuel saving was extremely variable between multiple cars. So we were in the Mercedes, which was using fuel a lot faster and had a lot less capacity than things like the Lambo, actually, ironically, and the Porsche. So some drivers will be able to find a lot of pace still while fuel saving. Others might struggle just depending on the car. So I'd be interested to see where that
V12. Is it the Lambo?
V10 and the Lambo.
V10. So yeah, that's a not a.
It is a V10. Someone's going to tell me I'm wrong. I'm sure someone will tell me I'm wrong. All I know was that at the weekend the Mercedes could do 27 laps without fuel saving, and the Lambo could do 29 without fuel saving. Well, with very minimal fuel saving on both fronts. So there's definite differences between the cars. I think the Lexus was fairly good on tyres as well. Because tyres is something we haven't really seen. We haven't really seen a lot of people changing tyres, have we, through the series?
No,
Most people have just been...
It's not been worth it. You can double stint the WEC tyres in the game very easily, and it's 3 seconds a tyre for the change, and you have to wait until the fuel's gone in. It's just not worth the sacrifice.
Well, I can tell you, if we were at Qatar, I would not recommend double stinting the tyres, because we had to do that, obviously, at times. It was not particularly fun. But yes, around somewhere like Sebring, where the main challenge is sunset on the left-hand side tyres, and turn 1 for the right-hand side tyres, it kind of evens out. As Alfie taking the scenic route... I've got a rolling average, Ben, for Virgin Energy. So the 3-lap average for the 2 leaders is 8.6% for both of them, but for Christian Kiesig it is 7.5%. So
that's gonna all add up in a big way.
That's a 1% a lap, which we think might gain 1 to 2 laps per stint, potentially. Probably.
Hello, gentlemen.
Oh,
you're right then.
Oh,
are you out, Dave?
What's happened, Dave?
Did you not see my crash at sunset?
No.
Yeah, bit too close to the rear of the car head, bit of a bump. I was gone, I was a passenger.
Well, welcome. Shall we?
Yeah.
Let me just try and see if replays are working this week, because
it was glorious. Full side smash into the wall at about 150 kilometers an hour, just killed the car dead.
Okay, well, here we go then. Let's try this. Oh dear. Well, we can see where this is going.
Yeah.
You weren't that close.
It felt like it, just a bit of a bump.
Oh
It's gone.
dear.
Oh,
And then,
yeah.
That's not even...
I wasn't there in the game.
So badly, you warped space and time.
It didn't look that bad in the game.
The crash so good that you portaled through the track and then ended up back in the barrier.
It'll make a good screenshot.
Yeah, that's a good one. We've just got a spin. I think Reinhardt might have done something similar at sunset.
Yeah.
This is at sunset, unfortunately, so it looks like he's backed into the barrier as the leaders are now coming through. So I think Reinhardt's already recovering from something earlier in the race.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a bump. He was off on the left-hand side. I think he's just nudged the barrier. I don't think he's done too much major damage.
Well,
So
this is Petter trying to come back through the pack,
Oh.
and that's not going to end well. Can they scrub off the speed before? Gilardi did not avoid the wall. If you heard that crunch on stream, there was definitely a big crunch.
He's got his wing.
He's still got his wing, but I'm not sure if there'll be much more on there, and he's going to have to do a full lap, remember, and that is...
Oh,
That's
yeah,
God,
that's
God,
not good.
he's on board.
Yeah. You're not going to get the onboard out of me. Right? Oh, no, wait, you might. Here you go. Yes. There you go. That's not great.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Oh, that's not turning
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
no.
That's,
I think that might be
God.
terminal.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a horrible place to
And
crash as well. because
it's obvious he wants
so
to
far
continue, because
go.
he is trying. Remember, if he returns to the garage, it is race over, so he's going to try and get it back. But yeah, that's the lead. I flicked back. I just saw there was 0.000 between them, and that's why this is the battle for the lead. Then Alfie on the inside of James. James with the early pace, but Alfie after that mistake had dropped a second back, and he's suddenly all over him. Really good racing from them. They're both giving each other space. Excellent stuff. They're going to scream down the back straight towards Sunset.
See, Le Mans Spec GT3 cars can race cleanly on American tracks.
And we're going to keep on talking about Road America as these two come through.
Ooh,
Hopefully they don't
drawback.
have the Petter and Gilardo. I can't, sorry, I'm getting names confused, I'm too excited.
Oh, a little clip of the wall.
Little clip of the wall from Cowley. Alfie gets the move done then. And
oh, there's someone well off the track on the track map. I don't know how the hell he's up there.
I think that's Scrub. Oh no. It's a good job that we don't have to go to full yellow on LMU because we might have a Road America moment. I will try and get a replay for that when it pops up.
Yeah, that's Scrub out, unfortunately. He has come returned to the pits.
Let's have a little look. It's a very weird place to end up, which makes me think he's had a game issue. Yeah, that's...
yeah, that was connection.
That's connection issue. It's connection or game, unfortunately. So that's a real shame. That's a real shame. Scrubber's working his way back up through the pack there, so real shame for him.
He did have a screen freeze just at the end of practice as well, so I wonder if his game is playing up.
Well, it was great before the reason the stream was a bit delayed is me and Ben's game crashed at exactly the same time, just as we were about to get into qualifying. So that's why we were a little bit delayed to come back on time.
So what happened to Scrub? Did he have a hardware issue?
It looks like it. Yeah, it's just slowly
Something
rooted off into the wall, unfortunately. Predicted laps. Alfie and James are expected to do another 5 laps. Christian and Athol are expected to do another 7. So that just puts it in some perspective of the fuel save that 3rd and 4th are doing right now. Because 5th down to about 20th are all on the same kind of usage as the top 2. So those 2 at 3rd and 4th are doing excellent then.
Looks like we had a crash, but it's cleared up now.
Not a massive gap between them. It's what, 7 seconds from Alfie back to Kiesig. And these two are fighting now as well, so it's not like they're working together to build that gap. Cowley on the outside, down into turn 1.
Quite ambitious. Whoa! Hold it. He's done well. He's just about held it.
Yeah.
He's took the braking marker out that everyone needs.
I think that might have been a bit of a brown trousers moment out there on the bumps, but he's done well to collect it up.
Cowley's save was a sacrifice of everyone else's braking marker.
I don't think it. I think it's user based, so other people should be able to see that braking marker, right?
No,
I think it's only him that won't be able to see it.
No, I think everyone else loses it too, going by from when we've done fortune sessions on a Tuesday night.
Well, that makes it even more ridiculous that on the 6 hours at the weekend, in our race, which was, I want to say, it was a bit carnagey, all the brake markers lasted until about 10 minutes to go, which is just absolutely shocking if that's the case. So all the boards. As that was Downing just in front, just getting a little bit loose on the exit. That's going to put Frandorich right on the back of him.
BMW was a ruly beast round. What's nuts is all I did is call the Dino 296 names. Yet when we raced here at Sebring and I was in the 296, I survived and finished 5th. But I'm in the stable BMW and I've died.
Well, this is the thing. To be fair, we've seen quite a bit of what we might say. Quite a few of the quicker drivers in the field and the top 10 have been in the BMW. They've obviously chosen the BMW, but we've actually got 2 Lamborghinis out in the lead today, which is interesting compared to where we've been recently. Obviously, Cowley is not in the top 10 in the championship. He's had a couple of issues, but he's been fast. He's just got caught up in incidents or crashed himself. So it's interesting seeing him up there now at the front with Alfie, giving Alfie a race, trying to pull away from Christian in 3rd.
The LMU Lambo is very stable, so it might just come down to the fact it's riding over the bumps really well. It's really good at sticking to the ground, which I know
Oh,
is
Elvin.
not something.
Elvin's had a moment at turn 1 on the exit. That's quite
Just
early,
some
actually.
Just as I'm saying that, someone dins a Lambo into the wall. Okay.
I'm wondering if he's went in a bit too hot and
he has hit the wall. It's quite early. Yeah, it's just too early. Look, he's trying to carry a little bit too much speed through. Oh yeah, that's giving it a good shunt as well. He can actually get it started again.
He's going for the low. Man, it's a rear hit. It might have killed it.
It might have. I think it might have. Yeah, because you've got to remember where the engine is on the Lamborghini. So that, unfortunate for Alvin. That was such a good run today as well. He's qualified the best he has all season. That's a real shame for Elvin there. Just a little bit too much speed on entry. It was. You could see that he'd lost it early because of where he hit the wall. You know, it wasn't like Cowley who had carried a bit too much speed through and nearly stacked it a little bit later. That was very early on to have that mistake. So just as he's turned in, the rear's just overtaken him.
It's a problem with Sebring, especially with them bumps there. If you just the slightest bit too much speed and you're gone, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it's tricky because when you're chasing down other drivers, you're trying to push it that bit more to catch them. But if you push it that bit too far, you end up like me.
Scrubbing the chat saying he had a game freeze in the middle of the corner.
That's a real shame.
That's a pity.
I think it's hilarious.
No, none of that.
Oh,
None of that. You can't say that because he had a game freeze.
Cowley's off again in the same place.
Dave has no right to speak ill of people after stacking it into the wall after 5 laps. I'll just go. Alfie and James have 2 laps of VE left, while Kasich has 4. Just to note, Matt Townsend has got past Athol Baskar, but Baskar and Kasich are still on 2 laps extra. I don't think that's going to be enough for a one-stopper, is it? It's not, we're not anywhere near.
We worked out in the chat, you'd have to save half a stint of fuel.
Oh, yeah.
These two have definitely decided that pace is the better option over trying to fuel save, because they're not lifting and coasting at all. They're just out and out going for it.
Yeah, it'll be that second stop then for Kasich and Baskar, where they'll obviously have a much shorter stop.
Yeah.
So it'll be how much time can they make up with that, or is it enough to catch back up?
It's what Kasich did at Monza. He 2-stopped, but his second stop was very quick.
Yes. So he came out like 10 seconds ahead, didn't he, after being... They were fighting for position the whole time, so...
It was the most demoralising thing in the world.
Well, it is worth mentioning that VE it's a lot of time in the pit lane. It's purely devoted to adding that virtual energy. So if we're looking at it from that point of view, if they can save 4 to 5 laps worth of VE, that is a lot of time saved in the pit lane. So especially with the 2 times usage, you know, that is a vast amount of time potentially saved. So
what happened to Fusgun? He was pretty high up. He's now like 22nd.
Not sure. Fusgun is down 16 places. I haven't seen anything pop up on the contact, so I'm wondering. No, I have just seen something come up on the contacts. If I re-scroll to the top. But this was in 22nd. He's already in 22nd at this point. So is it lying to me, or? Oh no!
Oh no, he has been it.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a hit.
I think he wasn't in 22nd, but he is now. I think that's what. I think the overlay was lying to me there, but here he is now. But thankfully, the front of the car doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all. So hopefully he'll be able to carry on and not have to use any time in the pit lane to fix the damage.
Yeah, it's a German tank. It's very durable.
I can confirm that after the weekend. After the amount of dents in our car, we still managed to get it to the end. Matt Townsend is catching Christian Kasich quite severely, actually. It was his average, his fastest lap 7/10 faster. He only closed by 3/10 last lap, but he looks like he's a lot closer this lap. So obviously not fuel saving.
Yeah, they're going to be in this lap. Alfie's in, Cowley's in.
I was wondering, has Downing pitted because he has also dropped a bit?
Downing.
He was
has
ahead
not
of me.
pitted, no.
Oh,
So Downing
he's
was
had
in 7th or 8th a few minutes ago, but he was looking a little bit loose, so he might have had an issue. There's not been any contact anywhere on the
no.
thing.
He's added Lucy.
I
We are
think
going to see a lot of cars in this lap.
yeah, I think we can kind of see the cars that have had issues. We've got Gilardi, who obviously didn't have a rear wing. We've had Max in the pit lane, Olaf. Matthias has now come in. Reinhardt and Johnny have all been in for early pit stops, so I'm wondering if that is full damage because of the length of those pit stops.
The furthest person up who's on pitting on this lap, Dean Smith, who is just exiting the pits now. But Kiesig and Bascart still with just under 2 laps worth of fuel, so they're probably going to be in next. No, I'd say this lap would be my guess. That one extra lap of running could come in to help them as it gets close to the end. But it's under 20 minutes worth of running.
I've learned
Yes.
never to doubt Kiesig.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bevan, Morgan chat, Bevan pitted, something went wrong. Yeah, he overshot his pit box.
Oh.
Just by about a couple of feet, but it's enough.
Right, he is running again. He is still in front of Cowley.
Cowley.
So
Townsend's between them.
Cowley's lost 15 seconds in the pits. So to put it in perspective, Alfie's stop was 37 seconds and Cowley's was 50.2. So I'm
I wonder if he had a
wondering
little bit of a repair while he was
maybe
from that clip of the wall.
Yeah, maybe. Well, tyres is 12 seconds, so it kind of wouldn't even be.
Unless he maybe forgot to change tyres from a previous session or something like that, maybe, I don't know, at the start. So he started on worn tyre. I don't know. If he was doing that pace with worn tyres,
Yeah.
we'll wait to see when they come over the line because I can't tell what the virtual energy is.
We've got a dead car at sunset. It's just
Is
got
it
one
offset? No, offset's coming out the pit lane. My overlay is.
They're coming to T1 now, whoever it was.
So we're just waiting for a couple of the cars to pit at the front. Everybody else, pretty much everybody else,
we're
has
off
been
it-
in
we're
there
off
for the
again.
first one.
We're gonna see Hovsep go past whoever it was, because they've just been off at T1 as well.
I want to find out who it is.
I have found.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that'll do
Alan
it.
does not have a rear wing, unfortunately. So that is at sunset, and he's got to. He's obviously done
The
that at
full
sunset, and then has got to do the full lap. It is the back pit lane on this configuration of the track. It is not what you might expect if you've raced on iRacing, which has the pit lane down the main straight. It has the updated pit lane down the back. So I'm sure Alan by now knows that he hasn't got a rear wing and will be taking it easy.
yeah, he's gone for the low downforce option.
Another car that
Oh.
looks great without a rear wing. It looks great with a rear wing without one, but it doesn't handle well.
That was
That'll be well not to be dead. Nice, still
Oh,
going.
Still
There's
going
a-
all forward. The
there's a-
Lexus is a tank as Hovset makes up his own line as well.
I wonder if Hovsep is spooked.
yeah, I'm not sure the rallycross line is the ideal route. but
No.
other than that,
So this is our leader then. This is Christian Kiesig coming in. He'll drop back from the lead because of this pit stop. Athel, the
Scarring
only.
as well.
Do you know there's only one other car that's managed to do it? And that's Petter, I believe. Unless
That's
he's
just
just been
spent
in.
half the time in the wall.
he did spend a bit of time in the wall, didn't he? I think he might have been in. I'm not sure. Virtual Energy showing he's only
Oh,
got 6%.
we've got another yellow flag. Is it Alan?
Oh, they can't. It's not much.
Oh,
Oh, Petr! I wasn't looking. I was looking at the
Oh,
timing
no.
screen.
Oh no!
Oh, Petr, live on
That
stream.
was,
You'll be. Petr will be watching as well. That is. Oh no, that was super early on. Oh yeah, that is
Yeah,
not in a
that's
happy state.
No,
Yeah,
that's
a bit of a
very-
broken car. Oh,
Watch
the
the
rejoin.
rejoin. He's done well. To be fair, Johnny was going past. I don't think Johnny realised just how broken Petr's car is.
It's drifting in a straight line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in full crab mode there.
Right, Evan has gone back into P1, but he is going to be having a near 20% deficit to Kiesig.
Yeah, so Kiesig and Athel both with 37, 38 second stops, which that is telling me that James had to change tyres or had picked up a bit of damage somewhere. But I don't think we saw him hit anything, so that would make sense with tyres.
I'm wondering if he'd started on the wrong set.
Quite possibly, and he probably knew at that point he wasn't going to be able to make it to the end on them, so he's decided to change them early. So be interesting to see his pace as we go through. At the minute he's running a little bit faster than Alfie. It's probably James is the fastest car on track, as you'd expect. It would have taken him a couple of laps to get those tyres up to temperature as well if he didn't take tyres.
Oh, that's Petr making his way back. Alfie comes past in there. That's slightly tense through the hairpin.
Well, this is Tyler Hammer in 8th with Chris Downing in 9th behind, and Chris Bell repping the Mercedes again in 10th. This is your fight for the last 3 spots in the top 10.
We have a dead car.
I think it's Dan, by the look at the timing screen. Real race of attrition tonight. We didn't anticipate this when we talked, Ben, did we?
No,
We said it was tricky, but we didn't realise it was going to be this tricky.
Yeah, it's not the easiest track in the universe, but
It's a great track, though.
it's brilliant. Yeah, I've not seen it have quite this much carnage on it before. We're doing it in the wet on Wednesday, so it's going to be very interesting for all of us.
I wonder who decided that.
I'm not going to call you names on stream, Dave.
More importantly, me and Ben are back tomorrow to do classic Silverstone and Euro NASCAR. So
That's yeah.
I'm going to put my mishap down to no practice because I was too busy driving Qatar at the weekend. But I think that's the case for most people, to be fair.
he's a natural born racing driver with these kind of excuses.
Excuses. Oh, we have a dead car on the back straight.
So this is Dan. Oh, he's lost a wheel now.
Oh.
So Dan,
Yeah.
I think Dan might have already lost his rear wing when we mentioned it before, and now he is wheelless. And I'm afraid we're going to have another retirement here. We're going to be left with 24 cars.
He's
in the
got
race.
his engine's gone. He's got no throttle.
Yeah, if you lose your rear wheel, it generally just tells you can't go anywhere.
So let's go and have a look at the first one before we get to the second one. So this is the first one. This will be for turn 1.
no.
This will be
Turn
turn
one,
1,
yeah.
and we'll see more incidents at turn 1 than a swapper, and that's to be fair.
I think he just
Oh,
in a wall.
what is the rear wing attached with on the McLaren? Is it kind of super
Chewing
glued
gum.
on or something? That's atrocious.
Chewing
And,
gum is what it's on there with.
and then obviously he's lost it again later in the lap, and the rear wing, the rear wheel has gone. So that is, we now have 24 runners. Dan Tomlinson retiring, unfortunately. This is Matt Townsend. Has caught up to Christian Kiesig again, putting him under some pressure. Obviously on different strategies this race, so it's really important for Matt to try and overtake him.
This is going to be helping Alfie as well. If Kiesig's having to defend and battle, because he doesn't want to lose that track position.
If Kiesig is still saving, Alfie hasn't pulled on him since the pit stop. 15 seconds is still the gap.
Yeah.
They were about
It's about
about
12,
12
wasn't
seconds
it?
when
Yeah,
it
so
came out.
we've
Yeah,
just
so he's
got the
Oh.
car round in the background. I'm not sure who that was. To be honest, if he thinks, if Kiesig thinks that Townsend is a bit quicker, he's
That was
not going to
Cowley.
fight this. Yeah. Oh, that was
That was
Cowley
Cowley off
spinning in
in
the
the
background.
background.
So, yes, Matt Townsend makes a very nice move past Christian. Christian just letting him go there by the look of it. Quite happy with his race. Yeah, so Cowley then with the spin. Doesn't appear to be any damage on the car. But yeah, that's dropped him further back. It's not going to help those tyres either.
It's a weird one for Cowley because he's so quick, but in ACC he was so consistent. In this, he just seems to.
He hasn't found it yet, has he?
Yes, yeah, he just hasn't found that consistency he had in ACC.
We've heard this from some of the guys who've come from ACC to doing the GT3s and LMU, is that they're trying to drive it like they did in ACC and it doesn't perform the same way.
Do you know what? That was my excuse for the first season, but then I'm straight.
It is interesting that quite a few of the drivers who primarily did endurance racing on ACC are actually, or at least on other sims, have kind of settled into LMU quite well because of the need for consistency, maybe not being as quick, but still being more consistent and grinding out those results.
Yeah, it is all about seat time. That is, if you can get the seat time in, you will be consistent and quick. My personal problems, I just don't have the seat time, and it might be the same for Cowley because his pace is clearly there. You see how quick he was in quali.
Yeah, we're seeing that great pace from him, but he's just struggling with the actual. Mate, I wonder if it's the physics of it.
Oh, someone's dead at the hairpin.
Oh, Max.
Oh, Max.
No, he's crashed, so he's not Max Farrell, he's Minimum Farrell.
Minimum Farrell. That's a shame. He's going to have to try and get it back in one piece without a rear wing. Now, it's also crabbing a bit as well.
How has he been to the hairpin? How have he crashed there?
I'm wondering if he's lost it on the entry and hit the wall at pace. But,
possibly, yeah.
Yeah, he
missed his braking point.
So this is the fight for fourth then. So Baskar in a slightly different race here, saving fuel compared to the cars around him. Anton Semenga up in fifth today.
Oh, the
That was
Lamborghini.
bit close. Cowley's having fun now by the looks of it, but he's getting a bit bargy.
Trying to have a go. You've also got the Mercedes in behind them as well, who's a lap down. I'm trying to work out which Mercedes that is. Max has dropped it again, but he is right next to the pit lane, so he should be okay. All the wheels still on his wagon. This is Cowley making a move then down in Semenga. I don't think was very happy with that at all, with the light flash. I'm sorry, we just missed that on the entry there.
I watched it. I'm not sure what Semenga had to be unhappy about.
Oh, Cowley's going for it again.
Yeah, Baskar is not going to fight him too much there. He knows he's got the upper hand on Cowley on fuel here, so he won't mind Cowley getting past at that point. But yeah, so that's what, two spots in 2-3 corners there from Cowley. Definitely on it. Definitely on it.
Absolutely.
He's heard our commentary slating his consistency, so now he's like, I'll show them.
He's heard Dave slating his consistency.
Yes, honestly, I'm not sure what Semenga was complaining about. That was a sweet little move from Cowley. I know that the moves is a bit more brusque than some other people's, but yeah, it was a very sweet little move with the hair there.
Maybe it was a flash of
neatly in between them.
Maybe it was a flash of appreciation.
If we believe that, we'll believe anything.
Yeah, if you think that's the case, Dave, I've got a waterfront property in Birmingham to sell.
Bell on the back of down. Chris Bell has had great pace this race.
Yeah, it looks like he's really getting to grips with the Mercedes. He's I think if you remember Chris from other ACC series, he was always in that Mercedes. He's switched over to it, bit of a warm-up last week, getting used to the car, and this week he's back on the pace. Good to see him back towards the front of the pack again. Really picked up that pace for the top Mercedes by quite a distance now, and looking very racy.
Mercedes is proven to be a good car.
It's a good-looking car.
Well, I said top Mercedes. It's even though it has the Mercedes next to him, I've realised that Tyler's in 8th, also in the Mercedes. So thank you, Overlate. But no, good to see Chris up there, and Tyler as well having a good race up in 8th. I don't want to do any jinxing, but yeah, solid work so far.
I mean, I know we've had a few times. I still think we're doing better than the IMSA lads last night.
Definitely still doing better than the IMSA lads last night. Not just purposely pushing people into walls and things.
Yeah.
Sounds like I missed a great race.
Thank you, Tyler, for the flash.
I don't know what the lighting effects are doing, but Tyler just flashed the light so hard that the daylight came on.
Yeah, there's some pretty dramatic weather change in the game, isn't there?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to smoothly go from one lighting state to the next.
No.
At the moment. 1.0 release, everybody.
Johnny's not done bad to get back to 14th after his initial incident.
No,
I was in the chat and I heard someone shout yellow flag, and Andy was shouting, "No, it's only Johnny."
Yeah, it looked like he just lost the rear end on onto the back straight. I'm not sure if he was helped or not, but a little bit of an earlier pit stop, and he's back up to 14. Big shout out Dave as well, up in 13th place right now. It looks like we've got stable connections, stable CPUs. We're not going to have any repeats. Oh no, Dave! I've jinxed him immediately. I don't want any repeats of last week.
Thankfully, Christian Schlink wasn't behind him.
Yeah, so anyone that missed it last week, we had an absolute plane crash down the straight at Monza. So we'll be working with Dave to try and get that sorted, make sure that doesn't happen in moving forwards.
You know what reminds me of? You know when you watch the Olympics and you watch them gymnasts on that giant mat when they flip all the way across it? what that looked like last week.
I mean, I must have been fairly traumatic week for Christian. He's not even here this week. He's still staring. He's still staring at a map of Monza with 14 miles stare on him.
He raced in the academy 2 days later at Monza, so it can't have affected him that bad.
Well, yeah, but he kind of had an accident there as well, who involved with someone else who couldn't possibly be named.
As they go, just going past the filthy Leicester livery of Dean Smith there. Absolutely disgusting team. We won't have any of that.
I'm glad you do that, because I give him stick every Wednesday because of it.
Well, I will give Dean a shout out right now, because he is in 18th place. He's keeping it on the track. He's getting it round in one piece. Fantastic work. But
we've also got to say, sorry to interrupt you, Dean's 30th wedding anniversary today.
Oh yeah, congratulations, Dean. Thanks for abandoning your wife for the day and coming and racing round Sebring. But yeah, I can fully get behind that a custom livery has been made, but I can't get on board with the theme, I'm afraid. As a Coventry fan, I can't let this one stand.
And I want to say congratulations to Dean's wife for putting up with him for 30 years, because I've knew him for a year and wanted to kill him already.
Well, she must enjoy the peace and quiet, to be honest, because I think that for many of us with partners, where they do enjoy the peace and quiet. So
yeah, that's what I
happy
as well.
Yeah, happy wedding anniversary, Dean and the missus.
Yeah, change your livery next week.
Yeah.
Andy Hen, solid race from Andy.
Yeah, it's another solid race. I know Andy was having a bit of he was struggling for the first race, wasn't he, of the season, but a 15th and then a 10th last week, very good 10th position, and another good showing here up in 12th. So looks like Andy starting to tame the McLaren. I don't want to jinx him, because I've already jinxed 2 people tonight. So as he's going around turn 1, but looking very good. Obviously the circuit map is looking a little bit sparser with the losses that we've had, but we do still have a couple of close fights on track. Just to say, Anton Temenga has got past Athol Baskar, so Temenga up to 5th, Baskar really concentrating on that fuel save now to make the strategy work. But
The problem is he's pulling the Kiesig strategy, but he's not doing Kiesig pace. So how is it going to work out for Baskar?
You say that, it's 4 tenths between them on the last lap. Last 5 average is...
He's
only about 4 tenths between them.
So he's only 10. He's 10 seconds behind Christian as he just looks on the inside. Chris looks on the inside of Downey. Can't make the move. Athel is 10 seconds behind Kiesig, so he is still going to jump a fair amount of cars in front of him. Obviously, I don't think it'll be enough to jump Alfie now, probably by the end. Or hold it by the end of the race, but. It's still going to put him. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that would be another really good result. He's got a win and 2 fourth places so far, Baskar. So he'll be trying to get at least a fourth out of this, if not a podium.
They're losing about a second to a second. Well, it's nearly 2 seconds to Alf. Second and about a second and a half to the guys around them. So even with that amount of fuel saving, how much is it going to gain you back when you come through those pits?
Yeah, it's a little bit unknown. Well, they'll know. They'll probably know how much they can save in the stock in comparison. But to us, no, we're just along for the ride. There's 21 minutes left. Alfie's got 2 laps till he needs the pits. But a shout out to Alfie. He's done the best lap of the race. He's the first person to get into the 2:02. So he's done a 2:02.7, which is absolutely crazy for race pace. The second fastest car on the track is Matt Townsend, whose fastest lap is a 2:03.3. Cowley has done a 2:03.1, but the average lap time is obviously slightly slower. So those 2 out the front are just... I can see most people's best laps are 2:04s. So that just puts into context how quick Alfie is running right now.
What is interesting is looking at Downer last race and how quick he was around Monza, and he just hasn't been able to carry it this week.
I'm not sure. Obviously, with quite a few of our drivers who have maybe been on other sims more, I'm not sure how much they might have seen of Sebring. You know, for instance, at the weekend, quite a few of us were new at Qatar. I don't think I'd ever done a lap at Qatar apart from on an old F1 game. You know, I've only ever watched MotoGP, and so Chris, he's going to hold on to it. Go on, hold on to it. Yes. Not into the wall. Well done, and a good rejoin as well. Well done, Chris. Scoop that up. I think he's going to lose 1 spot there.
Yeah, he's lost to Browers.
Florian has got past, and you can just see Andy closing in the background.
As I was about to say, you drove 1 lap of Qatar and then realised why you hadn't drove any more 1 lap of Qatar.
Yes. I will say that both Bell and Hammer are both saving a little bit of fuel compared to the cars around them as well. So they will have a slightly shorter stop than the cars around them, like Downing and Browers, but nothing on the level that Baskar and Kiesig have been doing. Yeah, they did an extra lap in that first stint, and they're going to do an extra lap in the second stint as well, so a bit of time saved. But Chris did well there. It's sometimes a bit difficult when the car straightens up like that to stop it just rolling back into the wall. So I'm sure he'll be very thankful he's still got a rear wing attached.
We are getting that second round of pits underway. A few of the guys further down coming in already. Matthias Fusken came into the pits with 0.4% VE left, so he's really pushing it to the limit.
Just to say, we'd also missed... Kiesig's got 5 laps left. 4 laps, 5 laps. James has got past him, so James has caught him up and got past him, but we're not really surprised by that, are we? Because of how hard Cowley is pushing now.
He is just a fuel saving machine, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, both him and Baskar are both kind of on the same strategy now. Again,
Alfie into the pits. Will he manage to overshoot his pit box again? Is the question. If he does, I'm not going to let it go tomorrow.
Well, what I will say is there's a little bit of a dark horse.
He has and all.
He has. There's Johnny. Yeah, well, there's a couple of cars that have pitted early, like Mateus and like Johnny. They've pitted early. They can still make the end of the race. and they're already out running. So Johnny in 16th and Matthias in 18th. So just let's wait and see how far up the order they move for the pit stops. They might move up to kind of 13th, 12th, 13th, 14th kind of zone here. So be interesting to watch. The Mercedes then, Tyler has got. Is this working? Thank you. Tyler, you can see is up to third with the fuel strategy right now. Go on.
Alfie's out 35 seconds behind Kiesig. It's going to be close, this.
Has he put enough in?
He's got 9.8 laps, and that should see him to the end of the race easily.
To the end, yeah.
It's how long will Kiesig's final stop be?
Yeah. That car's looking very... I don't think he's changed tyres, and that car's looking very sketchy with the tyres having cooled off on the way out.
For Alfie?
So
no,
Alfie,
he might have changed tyres.
Alfie was stationary for 31 seconds, yeah. I don't think he did change tyre. It wouldn't make sense to change tyres there.
Well, 31 seconds. How much for you? He's got 9 laps. That's about right. 31 seconds then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a full VE is 37 seconds, and they took 11 laps with the 2 times fuel usage, so 9 laps for 31 seconds sounds about right.
I mean, the tyres won't be the nicest they've ever felt, but they'll certainly get you through to the end with enough pace.
These tyres are more than fine. After our double stint at Qatar, we were finishing with like 20% of the tyres left.
So yeah, it's...
Speak for yourself.
I think yours were down there because you had a few incidents with hypercars, didn't you, Ben?
Yeah, I did, but I still looked after my tyres and managed to get to the end on like 40, 50% or something.
I'm going to quote Matthias Fuse again and say I'm not driving a 500 brake horsepower car and looking after things.
Well, you're in the wrong series to not be looking after things, if I'm honest. But there's a difference between sprint racing and endurance racing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Some people, I get it. Some people prefer the sprint. Some people prefer the grind. I prefer the grind.
I love an endurance race. It's just Qatar just didn't catch my imagination. That was an endurance race around Monza. Now we're talking.
So we've had Tyler pit, by the way. So Tyler is just doing his final fuel stop, and that means. Chris has done another lap though.
Yeah,
wow.
He should. I don't know. It's going to be a bit tight to get into the pits.
Well, Tyler did pit with a lap to spare, so I'm wondering if he had a bit of traffic and he didn't want to go through the traffic and pitted a lap earlier out of sync of where he wanted to. But yeah, Chris also looking like he's good on strategy, and still 2-3 more laps for Athel and Christian up front.
Yeah, so they're going to have. That said, they're going to have to push now.
It is because Alfie's took a second out of Kiesig, so it's going to be close. This.
Yeah, he's going to be stopped for less time. He's only going to have to take about 7 laps worth of fuel, give or take.
And it's
true,
less
but then you've got to take the pit lane as well.
The pit lane. It is important to note the pit lane isn't that much of a time loss because it's actually quite a short pit lane. And you do miss the last corner. It's not the last corner for the circuit, but you don't have to do the same complex of corners before the straight. So it's not a massive amount. I could probably, if I have a look,
the average time loss in the pit.
Yeah, the average time loss. To be fair, is going to be 30 seconds extra. So I will be surprised if Kiesig can come out in front of Alfie right now.
Alfie just had to take a big defensive action around Reinhardt onto the back
someone
straight.
Coming in the pit now, isn't there? It's just Bell, Chris
is in. Florian really putting Downing under pressure here. If this is for 10th on the road right now.
Yep, Pugioni also coming into the pits and is coasting in 6th at 20 kilometres an hour. He is down to 0. He's come into the pits with 0.3% of a lap.
I will say who's had a great race, who's gone under the radar, Frayne Dorich in P7.
Yeah. we've been used to Phone being up there with ACC, haven't we? And also some of the other LMU series. He's been pretty quick, but he's had a pretty slow start to the season, but really pulled it together today, up in sixth. Sorry, now.
Someone's dead at the hairpin.
Oh, I can't see anything. Oh no, Dean.
Oh,
I hope he's realised. Yeah, he was up, what, 18th position, was it?
Yeah.
It's a real shame. But he's still got a bit of a gap behind, so as long as he can get round in one piece, and to be fair, he is near the pit lane, so... oh, no, he's not. No, he's got another few corners. I've got confused on where we are on the track. I should be looking at the circuit map. He has still got 3 corners to go, so hopefully he can keep it together.
Yeah, he's just teasing it round to the pits there.
Minimum Farrell. Going very slow.
Yeah, I was just trying to work out why.
I think he come off at the second to last corner. That goes onto the main straight.
Right, okay. That would make sense. This is Alfie then putting the absolute hammer down, trying to get his first win of the season. Currently 5th in the standings. DNF last race and a 7th and a 5th so far, so... He's on for the race wing, I think.
Yeah, they will be in this lap.
He's still 34 seconds behind, so he hasn't took any more out of them. But it's a big ask for a pit lane and a pit stop
in
to
30
be done in
seconds, 34 seconds, yeah. It'll be interesting. We will pick up when Kiesig comes into the pit lane. I think Kiesig's at least got second here. There's a 20-second gap between Townsend and Bevan now, so worst comes to worst, I think he should be slotting into that gap. And also Baskar then. Baskar could come out
very
in 6th.
Well could as well, yeah.
Yeah, he could 6th, I think.
He
might be further forward. Right, he could be.
Alfie!
Oh, he's pushing.
Yeah, we don't actually have a proper last 5 average for Alfie because he's already invalidating his laps.
He's turning his Hurricane into a Urus. He's going off road all the time.
I would also say that Athos really had to go heavy with the fuel saving. The last lap he was 7.5% usage, and he crossed the line with 7.5 left. That's low. I think that's safe to say. So he's going to be very close.
Is it Max who's again?
Yeah.
Took his frustration out on the DHL board.
The DHL board took the brunt of that one there, didn't it? So
basically using up McLaren's entire budget of rear wings.
Well, to be fair, there's been a few cars that have... there's been a few cars that have made mistakes, like Alan. Alan didn't have a rear wing at the minute, and he's still battling on very quickly back up to 18th. So, so Kiesig is in.
Where is Alfie?
He's just coming into the complex now. So he's just going past the pit lane entrance. He's got to do the last couple of corners and try not to do that too much.
Well, just cut the corners if you're unhappy with the corners. It's actually going to be very close. I think he is going to get him, but it is going to be very close over the line here.
Oh, there's just as he goes past there, so that is extremely close.
Well, what does that mean for Athol then? Yeah, where is he going to come out? He's already done his stop. Coming down pit lane.
So he's Townsend.
Alfie's actually got an 8% fuel advantage over Kiesig.
Baskar's lost 3rd.
Yeah, so Baskar's going to come out in 4th position, which I still think he'll be happy with, given he's got a 1st and 2 4ths so far this season, and has been happy with his returns. So he comes out in 4th. He's made that strategy work, and Dorich is still coming down the back straight as well. So he does have a bit of a gap. Tomenga is the car behind Dorich right now. That is right on the bumper of him.
Oh, getting very close.
Very good on the brakes from the Mustang. Anton really hooking up the car on the brakes. I don't think he's going to be close enough. Yeah, it's not quite going to be close enough for turn 1. I don't think that would be extremely brave. But yeah, these two are going to fight to the end. 8 minutes to go.
Oh.
I'd say if they do an extra lap, and it's
Hang on.
a bit tight,
There's
It's
lots
going to
of.
be very tight for Kiesig and Baskar.
Can I just
Do you
tell...
think?
Frayne, stop
What?
watching the stream, man. Concentrate on what you're doing.
Do you think? Do you think Semenga's like keeps knocking his flash button because he likes that headlight button today?
It does a bit.
It says, I'm wondering which of them, if not both, are watching their battle on the screen above them while they're going down the straights right now.
There's a lot of lock going on that Mustang when it goes through the hairpin.
Yeah, we don't really think anyone's changed tyres apart from Cowley, do we? So their tyres are going to be in a little bit of a sorry state right now. So they'll definitely be feeling the need to put in more steering lock to counteract the massive understeer, especially in that Mustang they're probably suffering. It just looks like Dorich has just pulled out a little bit of a gap through the middle sector. So Alfie then. Alfie leading the way by 10 seconds. Townsend in third, 10 seconds behind Kiesig, as we have got a yellow showing briefly for Alan. Axon there, I think. Baskar in fourth. Dorich and then Semenga, Hammer. Chris Bell, after the spin, has jumped to 8th position, look. So both Tyler in 7th and Chris Bell have jumped up as Anton's going to give it a go on the inside. A late move, but given the space on the inside, a little bit of touching. As long as they give the space on the outside, that's fine. Lovely move. Very forceful there, wasn't it? He made the decision quite early that he was going to put the car into the gap.
Yeah, framing and looking back. It's almost as if you can get GT3s side by side.
It's shocking, isn't it? It'll be interesting here then if Semenga starts to pull away. Dorich did look a bit quicker in the middle section, so let's see if he gets right on the tail of Semenga again before the last session. But yeah, so Tyler and Chris, 7th and 8th, both really good efforts from them with the strategy calls to end up 7th and 8th. Obviously, Bell had the spin as well, was back in 11th. So we've also got Browers up in 9th. I think Downing's lost a bit of time. I wonder if he had a bit of an issue and has had to fix some damage because he's just lost another place. I think that is your answer. Chris Downing looks like he is out.
God, is he out? Oh, so, yeah, he's dropped. Andy Hearn in P10, by the way.
Andy Hearn P10, Dave Spiller in 11th, and Johnny up to 12th. I mean, yeah, a real race of attrition.
Yeah, it's.
We've not seen an awful lot of them, but they've just been plugging away at those laps and
so this
sticking to the race.
This is what happened to Downing. That's Browers in behind.
Bit of understeer.
Oh, that looks.
Oh, that's very disconnecty. Oh, that's a real shame. That's a real shame for Chris there. It's with less than 10 minutes to go as well.
Yeah, that's a right kick in the groin.
Big pity that they were having good races there as well.
We also had Tyler has lost a bit of time. It does come up as a yellow, but he's looking absolutely fine still in 7th position. If anyone can answer me this.
Oh.
Huh. That looks. Is that a splash and dash from Carroll?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at the pit time now, and it looks like he's been there for a while. Yeah, he's been there for a long time. So
yeah, that's strange.
It's disappointing.
I'm just going to have a look. Something has popped up that's very interesting, so I'm going to click on the replay button. I'm trying not to use the replays too much, but this is...
Question from Morik in the chat. Does Bevan need another pit? No, he doesn't. He's got enough to get us... He's got about 6 minutes worth of fuel on. The ones who are marginal are Baskar and Kiesig.
So that was Kiesig going off the track, but it was not an actual incident. So just something to note. Having a bit of a connection issue.
Oh, someone's dead at sunset. Who is it? Minimum Farrell.
Oh, Max.
No.
That looks like a dead McLaren.
Yeah, I do think that is a dead McLaren. This is a fight. This is Hofstep Nazarian and Matthias Fusigan fighting for position. Both have made up really good time in this race, actually. Fusigan was back in, what, 22nd, was it, at one point? After losing a lot of time early on, and he's back up into 14th. Hofstep's up 11 places from where he qualified, so...
Fusigan's had an elevator race. He was up, then down, then up.
Yeah, he really has worked. He took a little bit of an early pit stop maybe to fix a bit of damage, and it's kind of worked out for him, you know? It's, yeah.
Not over
Really
for
brought
him
it back
either.
in.
He is really eyeballing the back of Hofstep there. It's coming up to one of my favourite places to make an overtake here.
Listen, despite
You're not
him
going to send a dive here, Ben.
No.
I have said dogs.
Oh, he's got a great exit though.
Need a really good overspeed, but it's doable.
Ooh, he's taking a very shallow line, but I mean the inside line is the one at Sunset if you can get it.
The MG power.
Gets it turned in.
Nicely
Suffers for the bumps there, but
If
yeah, nice.
Correct.
if you needed a visual representation of the bumps on the inside of that corner, that was the perfect one, wasn't it?
Of all the
Great
games
move.
you'd never want to play in VR.
Yeah, I was about to say, despite it killing me, it is a fantastic track. Oh, big wobble.
Oh, is he gonna hold it? Hold it. He's held it on as we've got an
Oh,
Aston
the
in the
Aston.
background. Oh, well held. That was Reinhardt behind, who's also made a great comeback after. I'm pretty sure he didn't have a rear wing at one point.
It
Didn't
was,
it?
yeah, it was a very dead Aston.
It was a very dead Aston at
but,
one point. He's back up to 15th. Excellent stuff.
Very well held.
Well held,
Yeah.
well held Fusigan as well. I mean, we've had a few run out wide there at turn one, and yeah,
You've seen
did well to save it.
Seen the wobble mid corner, and I thought he'd gone. But well held. Kept position too. 45 seconds left, and Alfie.
Is on to his last lap.
yeah. Ooh, Kiesig is crossing the line with 1.1 laps worth of VE left.
Perfectly calculated again.
He's got enough time behind him to course as much as he wants.
Bascal can't make it. He's on 0.9.
No.
He's going to have to lift and coast basically all the way down the
Oh,
straight.
0.9 laps. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant he crossed the line with 0.9% VE, and I was like, well, there's no way he's making that.
Definitely missed the pits for that one.
Yeah, this will be full lift then for Alpha on the last lap. He has got 10 seconds, or he had 10 seconds behind him. It's now 9 seconds behind him.
Yeah, Kiesig just coasted all the way from Big Ben to the hairpin.
Wow.
So it's, yeah, he's right off the throttle, so it is Alfie's to bring home now.
Well, we are down to 21 runners. 21, so we've lost...
10 people? There was...
Well, Francesconi didn't start, and Leon technically didn't start because we think he had a game crash. So we started with 29, and we're going to finish with 20, sorry, not 21. We're going to finish with 20. So we've lost 2 before the race and 9 during it. So
Yeah.
really tough race.
Leon's game
Oh.
didn't crash. He said he pressed drive too late, and
Oh,
he thought he was starting in the pits, and then he said he'd give him a black flag.
yeah, he got disqualified. That's right. Okay, well, 21 finishes.
I'll take
Alfie.
P1.
Ah, Alfie with the win then. Sorry, Alfie. I didn't realise how far round the lap you were. Excellent from Alfie. Really good pace all the way through. Absolutely rapid, to be fair. Only Cowley could really get close to him on lap times. He comes across the line with a 12-second lead back to Kiesig, who again makes the fuel saving work and comes home in 2nd place to keep the championship lead.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Temenga's catching up to Baskar.
Pascal's going to have to coast right down to the line here.
Yep, he is just coming up to the line now. He could just non-throttle it now, which he has done over the
Ooh.
line.
You want to know how much fuel Kiesig finished the race with?
How much?
1.6%.
Wow.
What did
Perfect.
Pascal with?
Same, 1.6.
Wow. He saved so much on that last lap. So that was Temenga in 5th, Dorich in 6th, Tyler Hammer in 7th, Chris Bell is coming up to the line with a really well-deserved 8th place, and that includes that big spin that we saw live on stream. Florian Bowers with, I think, his best result of the season in 9th position, and his joint best position of the season for Andy Hearn, coming through in 10th place. Great finish from him as well.
Dave Spiller, P11.
We're proud of you, Dave. He's kept it in one piece. Our oNiD Academy driver. A very tricky track. Coming over the line then, through the last corner, towards the line in 11th. And our last car across the line on the lead lap, I believe, is Johnny. Or has he already finished? He might have already finished. But yes, there you go.
Great race.
That was a
Great
really
race.
good
I will bring up the results in just a second.
I was happy to take part in it for a little bit.
How many laps was it in the end?
I think I did about 6 or 7. I think I did 6 or 7. I will take P1 for crashing out though. First one.
Truly a record to be envious of.
So this was our finishing positions at the end. Alfie Bevan with the victory. His first victory of the season. Well done to Alfie. Christian Kiesig comes home in 2nd place after the fuel saving. Matt Townsend in 3rd. Another solid result for him. Athol Bascar with another top 4. So that's 4 top 4s in the season so far. That's why he's 2nd in the championship. Anton Temenga up in 5th. Nice recovery from last week for Anton. Frank Dorich up in 6th. Another good result for him. Good to see him back towards the front. Tyler Hammer in 7th in the Mercedes. Christopher Bell in 8th. Florian Bowers up in 9th. And Andy Hearn completes our top 10. If we go to the next page, Dave Spiller in 11th. Johnny Ashley did finish a lap down but came back through to 12th position after that start. Matthias Fusigan, good comeback from him as well in 13th. Hovsepp up 10 places at the end, up in 14th place. Stefan Reinhardt in 15th. Alan Axon in 16th. Olaf Badej in 17th. Dean did actually manage to finish 18th in the end, even after the late slip with the rear wing. Petty Jelinek, after a couple of the massive incidents, I think he lost a lap just getting back round the track, comes home in 19th position. Then it was Pugioni in 20th. I'm trying to work out if there was any other finishers. I think we had one more finisher, which was Fabio Gardi in. Oh, it's just crashing. Don't worry. Don't mind me. James Cowley showing us 5 laps down, but effectively was a DNF in pit lane in 22nd. Chris Downing, unfortunately, also a late DNF with a connection issue. Max showing us a DNF. And quite early on, we lost Dan Tomlinson, Elvin Blomqvist, Nick Manders, Mr. Dave Wood himself. And we had 2 non-starts, and we also had Leon with the initial DQ issue. Dave, you made it 3 laps. How would you summarise Sebring?
Was it only 3?
It was. You are showing as plus. Yes. Yeah.
Felt like more than that. It was fun whilst it lasted, and then I decided to take a trip out of the track.
Maybe you did more than 3. Maybe the thing's a bit confused on the overlay, but yes. Sorry.
It wasn't many. It's a great track. I said I'll put it down to lack of practice. But
I wasn't asking for excuses. I was asking.
I'm a pro racing driver. I've got the book out ready. Sebring's a great place, and it proved to be a great race.
What about you, Ben? What do you think about that
Yeah,
one? Well, I know before we
race.
talked about the strategy and things, it was quite interesting in the end how many drivers
Yeah.
actually tried it in the end.
Yeah, it was good to see some drivers going for full pace on that. As a must have, but still great drives from the guys to pulling a fuel safe strategy as well. So we're getting a lovely mix of what people are trying. So yeah, really good fun up and down the field, that one. So it's can't wait to see what they can pull out for the last couple of rounds, frankly.
Well, yeah, so next week we go to Fuji for round 5, and then the following week we will be at Le Mans for round 6, the final round of the Sim Hound GT3 MPG series, which is part of oNiD Racing Season 4, 2025.
It's the Mulsanne as well. There's going to be some shake and bake down there.
Yes, it's worth pointing out that is the Mulsanne, aka the full shebang, no chicanes. So
Maybe on that one.
Yeah, Dave, remember to brake at the end of the Mulsanne.
No, I'll just say what when we took the MX-5s round there in iRacing, and I give Charlie Morgan some shake and bake, and then when he tried to brake, we kept pushing him. So.
Oh dear.
Well, steward, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. That was really entertaining for us. Please do join us again next week for Fuji, but also worth pointing out that tomorrow we've got the Euro NASCAR from Silverstone. Well, British stock cars. It's not Euro NASCAR, but it's British stock cars at Silverstone. And to point out, it is 2005 Silverstone, I think it is.
Yes.
So with bridge, all the good stuff. Classic for tomorrow on a set of course. So then Wednesday we've got the oNiD Academy. Again at Sebring. On Thursday we've got iRacing, the Europe versus US, and we're visiting our first EU track of the season. I can't remember off the top of my head where it is. And then on Sunday we have got the LMU 100 Series 2, which again will be on Sebring, and I think it might be on the alternate version of Sebring as well. So hopefully you've all enjoyed yourself. Thank you, Ben, as ever. And thank you, Dave, for joining us after the incident. Say goodbye. We'll see you next week.
I won't see you next week because I'm not going to crash.
Okay.
That feels like a lie.
Yeah, that feels like a lie. Thanks, Dave. Thank you very much, Ben.
No
and
problem.
thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.